This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Two teams tonight that love to get out and run. Brent, talk about some of the keys to being effective in the transition game.
Well, one part about transition, Kevin, is the first couple steps that anybody takes to get out on the break. I mean, there is a skill to running hard in transition and then secondarily getting wide in the lane. So many coaches are yelling at their players about creating space by getting to the sidelines as quickly as possible. Those two things can make you pretty dynamic in the open floor.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Steven Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's George in at the 3 slot. Now here is George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
That's good from George. And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
And George drops them both.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
On the wing, Green. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. The 15-footer, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Great recognition there from Russell Westbrook. You take away his path to the basket, he can still just rise up and get you from the mid-range.
Now, here's Thompson. That one wide left. About a minute played. So far here in the first. Westbrook with a wide open look. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Durant, no good. So it's the Thunder now. To the paint. Here's Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Anthony's got his first points in this one.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Curry against Westbrook. Inside. Stolen by Westbrook. And here's the fast break. And it's Anthony with the jam.
So the pick by Westbrook on one end, and that sets up the easy transition points.
Curry kicks to Thompson. It's picked off. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. They kick it out to Green. And again, no good by Golden State.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Robertson dishes to Carmelo. And here's George for 3. Connects from 3-point range. George has got 5. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Now here's Durant. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And we know he dominates from the perimeter, but Durant is just as dynamic when he gets inside. Sometimes the confidence grows even more.
Here's Roberson. Anthony with the screen on Curry. Screen by Adams, and Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Here's Westbrook, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, AM doesn't stand for morning with Westbrook. It stands for attack mode. A lot of people look at Russell and think he rolled the ball out, and with his athleticism and tenaciousness, he just takes it over. But the guy hits the film room. I mean, he studies up. He wants to know about his opponent. He wants to get better as a performer, get more consistent. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with Russell Westbrook.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. It's George on the wing. George double teamed. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Warriors trail by 7. Thompson outside. Fires the 3. Westbrook pulls it in. And for Westbrook, in his watching of film, he isn't looking for what he's doing on the floor. Rennie says he's gaining an understanding for everyone else.
I think that kind of approach is pretty heady, don't you, Kevin? The fact that Russell not only wants to improve himself, he wants to have a better understanding of every aspect of the game. That's his decision making. That's where his teammates are finding success on the floor. Defensively, how teams are matching up with him. That's a lot to take in on top of the responsibilities he already has for this Oklahoma City team.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Back to Roberson from past the arc. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson in the corner. Back to Curry. Green kicks to Iguodala. Durant for 3. And no good that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Anthony in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by George. 7 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Here's Abrinas. Dishes to Carmelo. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the Thunder score. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
Here's Kristen. The Warriors making the shot. That one goes. Count it.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line, and the first one drops.
2 shots.
That one is no good. Oklahoma City leading by 13. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. So he gets them both. 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Here's Kristen. Pass to Patterson. There's the 3. They get it back. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 15. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Iguodala out there with West. Then there's Livingston. Then there's Nick Young. And it's McCaw in at the shooting guard. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. The Warriors shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Opening day upon us, Brent. Some teams already looked as if they are championship contenders already. Others clearly in a rebuild mode. What's the mindset of players entering the season on a rebuilding team?
Well, if you're a veteran guy, you're asking your agent, can I get a trade? They would love to get on one of those contending teams. But a rebuilding team is about making progress each month, really, quite honestly. That's what you want to see, Kevin, is progression month to month. Each of the games, maybe chunk out a block, 20 games here, 20 games there, and you want to see just improvement overall in what your squad is doing.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents, they went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Durant's checked in for Golden State. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook comes in for Krista. Warriors trail by 16. Passes it to McCaw. Back to Livingston. Here's McCaw. Adams defending. McCaw with the bucket.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
West a screen on Grant. Durant the pass to West. It's stolen by West. Livingston kicks to McCaw. Abrines with the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 15.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Now Westbrook following Durant's three-point attempt. Westbrook, no good. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for Oklahoma City. And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West. Klay Thompson comes in for Patrick McCaw. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And then for Oklahoma City, Paul George, he's checked in for Grant. And it's Roberson in for Alex Abrines.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the lean.
And Brent, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin, I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the off-season, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team, and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the miss from Klay Thompson. Lets it go with a three. Roberson can't hit. Warriors trail by 15. There's the dish to Pachulia. Here's Durant. Got a hand on it.
Roberson out there to play defense. He excels at getting off the ground so quickly to get the block.
The shot by George, wide open. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, if you look at Andre Roberson's stats, you would wonder why he gets so much playing time. Not a great scorer, gets a ton of minutes, and I'll tell you why. He can defend wing players and great scorers in this league like a hawk. That's the reason why he became a valuable performer through the years for Oklahoma City.
Now, here's George, following the shot by Kevin Durant. And George kicks to Adams. Feeds to Patterson. 6 to shoot. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And you look at Roberson, and he is clearly a defensive specialist for this team.
Well, he's a great wing defender and so many great offensive weapons at the 2 and 3 spot in the conference, the Western Conference, that he is familiar with. Does a great job of going out on a nightly basis and doing what he does best. That's playing defense for his ball club.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. They get Stephen Curry. The Thunder have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And a power forward in college. Roberson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Anthony's checked in, and Green slams it in.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Westbrook dishes to Roberson. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists now tonight.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Green missing again.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Westbrook double team. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Chris Dunn's checked in for Russell Westbrook. The Warriors have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Curry outside. Kicks it to Thompson. Pass to Durant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Steven Adams picks one up.
And in just a few seasons, Klay Thompson has matured and established himself as the gold standard for the two-guard position in the NBA.
Here's Kristen. Outside Anthony. Fires it up. And so it's Oklahoma City sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers. And I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A fantastic first quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He had 10 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
An amazing view of the new eastern span of the beautiful Bay Bridge, which opened in 2013. Welcome back to Oakland, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Carmelo Anthony. Warriors trail by 21.
This OKC team is one of the best in the league when it comes to getting themselves to the free throw line, and a lot of that comes with the sheer force of Russell Westbrook, who draws a ton of fouls. But there's a few other crafty players who can get to work on the inside and find their way to the free throw line.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Anthony, and it's Adams in at the center position. Picked by Pachulia. Here's Curry with the three. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his third rebound tonight. The Thunder, a strong team at getting points off free throws, Brent. It helps having Cantor, who's also good at drawing fouls.
Well, we see how much a team can have success just stealing easy points from the free throw line. So most teams that are near the top in terms of finding free throw attempts per game find their way into postseason play. The Thunder have set that trend. Westbrook's aggressiveness, Cantor on the inside, and Adams playing aggressive around the rim.
Golden State moving it around. Here's Curry with the three. Another miss by Curry.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The shot by Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Robertson very good at using the long part of his body, especially in how he screens to get his guys open.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And Brent, even though it might be somewhat counterintuitive, the numbers show that up-tempo styles are fairly high in efficiency. That may surprise some people. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think what gives in that scenario, Kevin, is it's so hard to scramble back with teams that are operating in the first 6 or 7 seconds of the shot clock to cover the three-point line. All of a sudden, you're running out to guys and opening up space in the interior. That's going to open up drive opportunities to the lane and easy layups. And where you see that most are big men who are getting taken advantage of by running back into the paint. Those threes are worth more than 2. That math class pays off.
It does. I can tell. Here's Curry with the 3, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Steph Curry. Coming off a terrific season. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in steals, and of course he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And some changes here for the Warriors. West is checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Arenas is checked in for Andre Robertson. Westbrook passes to Anthony. Shoots from 12. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight. Livingston with it. Westbrook picks him up. They grab their own miss. Young with no one around. Another 3 for Golden State.
And if you're open, Draymond Green will find you. He's got a great feel.
Screen by Adams. Off the screen. Again, the Thunder score.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Golden State's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And Young kicks to Green. The 3-pointer is right on target. Green's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Warriors. Here's Westbrook. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Westbrook's got 12.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up. And the Warriors with some changes. Iguodala comes in for Nick Young. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Klay Thompson. And then for Oklahoma City, Patterson comes in for Adams. And it's Jeremy Grant in for Carmelo Anthony.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
West, right side. This one for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. McCaw's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Westbrook kicks to Patterson. To the wing on the left. Patterson, the screen. Abrinas with the bucket.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
The Warriors have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Out to the right wing. No good from McCaw.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Iguodala against George. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The pass to McCaw. The 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 6 rebounds in the game. Fires it up. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. The feed to Iguodala. Here's McCaw. He has 6. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Abrinas. Five to shoot. And George kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Livingston, and Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got 17.
You know, there are guys that stop on the dime and shoot, but Russell stops and rises up. No way to challenge him there.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Oklahoma City out in front, running away with it. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Exert yourself by being...
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Thunder shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Pachulia. McCaw is out there with Livingston. And it's West. And it's Caspi in at the small forward position. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost, it's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Grant kicks to Collison. Over Thompson. Collison, no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Grant against Green. Grant dishes to Felton. Not enough on that one as it misses. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. They kick it out to Green. And again, no good by Golden State. Outside, Felton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Eustace is checked in for the Thunder. Here's Chris Dunn. And the Warriors do a lot of things at a high level, but perhaps the most pleasing to the eye is their ball movement, Brent. The entire roster is unselfish, and they love to make that extra pass.
Well, you think about how much they are divergent from what the NBA has always been known for. Pick and roll basketball, isolation plays, driving to the basket. They actually are dead last in a lot of those categories and end up moving the ball, moving themselves, and finding tremendous shots for each and every individual that's on the floor. Think about last year alone, Kevin, averaging 30 assists a game. That's some beautiful basketball.
Stolen by Durant. Curry. But they get it back. Here's Green. It's hauled in by Collison.
Been a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Nick Young's checked in for Draymond Green. And Steph Curry with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Grant outside. Pass to Eustace. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Grant.
Now the fire inside of KD, wanting to be his best in every phase of the game, including the defensive end. And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there. And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Grant outside. Poked loose. Durant with the steal. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Felton against Thompson. Grant outside. And Pachulia over to help. Durant with the steal. Curry kicks to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, somebody's not communicating. Klay Thompson open at the three-point line, not in the game plan.
Felton kicks to Collison. Over Pachulia. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Warriors have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry. Alex Abrinas is checked in for the Thunder. Here's Kristen. Collison, the pass to Kristen. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Hey, Brent, you went from player to announcer. What different aspect of the game do you notice now watching it from the booth?
You know, I think it's great just to have the perspective when I'm able to sit courtside, Kevin, and watch everything that goes on outside the play. The reaction from coaches to players and their demeanor, whether they're carrying out their assignments, watch guys on the bench. So much more emotion I can catch sitting on the sidelines next to you.
I bet. Young, clock at 4. McCaw misses.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see them. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Oklahoma City.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Russell Westbrook.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and a wrecking ball on both ends.
The Warriors making a switch here. West is checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Patterson's checked in. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Here's Kristen. So it's the Warriors now. Off target with that shot. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done.